In today's Amanita series, we'll be discussing a parasite called Hypomyces hyalinus. It's a fungus that attacks a fungus, primarily section validae in Amanita. I find it in the blusher group. I've also found it in the brunescens group, which are the potato-smelling ones. So we'll get to it. We have one. There it is. See if we can zoom in a little bit. Oh, we have some closer over here. So Hypomyces hyalinus. I call these pistoles. It kind of morphs the Amanita into this very phallic shape and makes it very firm. If I can compare it to another more common familiar mushroom, would be the lobster mushroom, which is a different Hypomyces that attacks Arusula. Also changes the morphology of the mushroom and turns it into a choice edible. These I consider a choice edible, but being Amanita and not always knowing the hosts, there's some extreme caution in eating these. I have never found them outside of section validae. I've read reports that it has affected members of section Amanita, which have some toxins, deliriants. As for other members, I doubt that it exists in other sections more dangerous, but worth noting that they have been recorded in section Amanita. But these ones, as we can see, this morphology that changes, and if you look around close enough, we see the culprit right here as a blusher that these are infecting. We have the uninfected blusher here. We have the Hypomyces hyalinus here. So as for the morphology that goes into shape, let's start with the blusher. Obvious blusher, brown cap, warts are reddening, and this bulbous base of section validae. And as we see over here on the Hypomyces, we can extend them, and we also see remnants and traces of a bulbous base. And if you look very close at the bottom, we do see the reddening at the base here. Strongly suggests that this is exactly the parasite on this species right here as a blusher infected with Hypomyces hyalinus. Now we're going to collect these. I treat them like scallops myself when I eat them. And again, I strongly suggest these are not beginners for edibility. Well, worth noting in the Amanita series is this is a common parasite we have in New England that changes the Amanita. So I hope you enjoyed.